Heather and welcome to my kitchen, or the place where I like to come and have a whole bunch of fun and get super creative. Because it's here where most of the times I'm going through my refrigerator and my pantry and trying to use what I have in there. And a perfect example is one night I had this great chicken dish and silly me, I forgot to even think about what I was going to make for a side. With our crazy house, that's what happens sometimes. So I went through my refrigerator and I went through my pantry, and this creamy tomato basil pasta is what came of it. It's super great, and thankfully I have my Philadelphia cream cheese in my refrigerator, because without it, it would not be as creamy and super delicious as it is. So I'm so excited to share this with you. Let's have some fun, let's get creative, and make this creamy tomato basil pasta. Now I have a large pot of water that I've actually brought to a boil, and I'm going to put into this water 2 9-ounce packages of cheese tortellini. Now the beauty about this dish is you can use any pasta that you want. I've used penne, I've used orzo, I've used angel hair. I just prefer the cheese tortellini. It just adds a little bit more. So in that goes to that boiling water, and we're just going to let that cook. And then meanwhile, I have a large non-stick skillet that I'm going to heat to a medium-high heat. Now I've got 1 tablespoon of olive oil already in here. We're just going to let that get warm. And while this is warming up, we're going to go over and finish cutting up some of our tomatoes that we're going to add to this great skillet. Okay, I've got about a pint of cherry tomatoes, and we're just going to finish cutting these up. I'm just having these right down the middle, and we're just going to add these. And then I've also got 2 cups of coarsely chopped spinach that we're going to add to our skillet once that olive oil is nice and heated through. So just finishing up these tomatoes. Now these tomatoes and this spinach is really going to add great color to this pasta and great flavor. And now that our tomatoes are all cut up, let's check our skillet and see if it's hot. Oh, it's nice and hot. So while this is nice and hot, I'm going to add 1.5 teaspoons of garlic. And as you can hear, it's nice and sizzling, that garlic. Now we're just going to let this cook for about 30 seconds. You don't want it to get over brown, just fragrant. And it smells absolutely delicious as soon as it hit the pan. And now we've got those tomatoes that we cut up. It's about 1.5 cups. I'm going to add that to our garlic. And we're also going to add our spinach. Now, don't be scared by all this spinach because it's going to cook right down. And I love this spinach because my kids don't even know that it's there. So we're just going to stir this for about 2 minutes until spinach is wilted down and everything is nicely sauteed in there. And to this, we're going to add 1 cup your favorite tomato basil sauce. In that goes, and we're just going to give that a stir and let that cook for about a minute and get nice and warm. Now it's been a minute, and we're just going to move this to a side, and our pasta is perfect and ready. So we're going to go over to the sink and drain this, and then we're going to start adding all this together. Now I've drained my pasta, and as you can see, the steam is still coming off of it, which is really important because we're going to add our Philadelphia cream cheese, the star of this dish, because again, it makes it so creamy and really delicious. We're going to add that cream cheese right to our pasta while it's still warm and kind of give it a stir. We're also going to put in some fresh chopped basil. This is about 1/4 cup, and this also is going to add really great flavor, color, and super yumminess. So in this goes. And I have to tell you, as I'm stirring this, that I didn't fall in love with being in my kitchen until about 8 years ago. And that's when I got engaged, and it's then where I had to feed another mouth. I was responsible for another person, so I quickly read many cookbooks, watched plenty of cooking shows, especially Paula Deen, and soon I just fell in love with it. And I love getting in my kitchen and having a blast and coming up with recipes, looking at what I have in my refrigerator and my cabinets and just being creative. And now that we have 2 little ones, it's even more important for me to get creative because I have to somehow get my vegetables into those little bodies. So 8 years, and I can't tell you how much I love it. So this is, the cream cheese has come together and it's nice and melted into the pasta. Now we're gonna reach over and grab that tomato and spinach and tomato sauce that we cooked on the stove earlier, and we're just gonna pour this into this pasta. Oh, it smells so good. The garlic and the pretty colors too. Oh, yummy. So we're just gonna give this a good stir, add this all together. And the colors. Now this is great also as not only a side with chicken or fish, but great with chicken inside and shrimp. It can easily turn into your main dish. It's even better cold too. It's just as good. I've had this many times as leftovers. So this is really looking great. A couple more stirs, and then we're just gonna put it into our serving dish that we have here. Move this over so I don't make a mess. And in that goes, right into that bowl. Oh, yum. Yum, yum, yum. Get every last tomato and every last piece of spinach. And now we're just going to sprinkle with a little bit of fresh Parmesan cheese. And of course, for our garnish, we have some more fresh basil here. And we're just gonna, if I can hold on to it, just put it right in there. Okay, now for my favorite part. Let's give this a try. So I'm gonna take a big spoonful, make sure I get that tomato, basil, spinach, and of course, my wonderful creamy tomato basil sauce. Now let's give it a bite. So good, so creamy and delicious. I could probably eat that all day. So go get in your kitchen, look through your refrigerator, look through your pantry, and create a dish of your own. And most of all, just have fun doing it because that's what it should be about, having a great time in your kitchen. Thanks to Paulette and Philadelphia Cream Cheese for this amazing opportunity. I hope you enjoy my creamy tomato basil pasta as much as my family does. Take care, and I'll see you back here next time. Bye.